This is the 28th of July, 2024. This was published on the 23rd of July. It was put up by Advocates. Title: How J.D. Vance went from thinking he was gay and changing his name twice to being an anti-LGBTQ plus extremist. I think he is gay. I think he's bisexual. Guy wears eyeliner. I mean, come on. You know one of his mentors? Peter Thiel. He owns PayPal, and he's also a venture capitalist. And he got, I think, his lover, J.D. Vance, into the business. Ohio Republican U.S. Senator J.D. Vance's journey from troubled childhood in the Appalachians to the halls of the U.S. Senate to being former President Donald Trump's running mate has been the subject of much ink. Yet, his contradictory stance on LGBTQ plus rights is coming under scrutiny. Vance's memoir, Hillbilly Elegy, contains a revealing anecdote about his childhood belief that he was gay. Influenced by a preacher's condemnation of homosexuality, young Vance feared he was destined for hell simply because he disliked girls and cherished his friendship with another boy. Cherished his friendship? What does that mean? He also has transgender friends. What does that tell you? How many transgender friends do you have? Vance's grandmother, whom he referred lovingly to as Mawa during his acceptance speech at the Republican National Convention last Wednesday, was a central figure in his upbringing. She swiftly dispelled his fears with a blunt question and assurance of divine love, regardless of his sexual orientation. This experience, which might have instilled a sense of empathy and understanding, starkly contrasts with Vance's political action. As a senator, Vance has positioned himself as a staunch opponent of LGBTQ plus rights, focusing particularly on restricting transgender rights. Yet he had a very good friend that was a transgender. This guy's really messed up. Vance's opposition to affirming one's identity is complicated by his decision to change his name, not once but twice. He was born James Donald Bowman and took the surname Hamill from his grandfather before finally choosing the name Vance in honor of his grandmother, the New York Times reports. Critics argue that Vance's childhood experience should have fostered empathy and understanding towards the LGBT plus community. Instead, he has used his platform to undermine their rights, leading to accusations of hypocrisy. Again, Peter Thiel was his mentor. And Peter Thiel's a proud homosexual. I did a video where he talks how proud he is to be a homosexual. Vance's legislative actions have also drawn significant criticism. He introduced a bill to criminalize gender-affirming care for minors, arguing that such medical interventions are harmful and should be banned. He has also decried the inclusion of third gender options on passport, branding it as a waste of taxpayer money. There are only two genders. Passports issued by the United States government should recognize that simple fact. Vance wrote on his congressional website while pushing the bill, the Passport Sanity Act. I wonder what his transgender friend thinks about that. Vance has made other significant changes to his identity throughout his life, including his religious belief. Raised by Blue Dog Democrats, he embraced conservative values, though he was never a Trump Republican until he joined the U.S. Senate in 2022. He recently became a vocal supporter of Trump after he called him Hitler. The Times noted that his journey from a skeptical observer to a key player in Trump's political circle highlights his adaptability and willingness to shift his identity for political gain. Vance's narrative is detailed in Hillbilly Elegy as one of a struggle and transformation. He has spoken openly about his troubled childhood, experiences with various father figures, his journey through the military and Yale Law School. Isn't that where the bones, and skulls come from? These experiences have shaped his political views. Well, obviously they haven't shaped them because he goes back and forth, revealing a man who has constantly reinvented himself. This makes his rigid stance on transgender rights all more perplexing. Now let's talk a little bit about another clip here that Rachel Maddow, this is up on the Advocate as well. Rachel Maddow says J.D. Vance's rise is thanks to gay billionaire influencer, not skills or merit. That Peter Thiel is one ugly-looking man. I don't know what happened to his face, but one ugly-looking man. Peter Thiel has bankrolled most of J.D. Vance's professional life, the award-winning journalist explained to the audience. You think maybe they were like lovers? On the evening of J.D. Vance's acceptance speech at the Republican National Convention on Wednesday, Rachel Maddow delivered a searing critique of the junior Ohio senator's qualification on MSNBC, revealing the significant role played by gay billionaire Peter Thiel in Vance's rapid ascent within the Republican Party. Maddow began by addressing Vance's relatively obscure public presence. J.D. Vance is not widely known public figure, she stated, noting his primary recognition comes from the memoir Hillbilly Elegy, written during his time at Yale Law School. Thiel, the co-founder of PayPal and Palantir Technologies, is a significant figure in Silicon Valley and a major supporter of right-wing causes, highlighting Vance's stint in the Marine Corps' Public Affairs Unit. Maddow delivered into his subsequent career, heavily shaped by Thiel's patronage. Peter Thiel got Vance a job at a biotech company in San Francisco after J.D. Vance graduated from law school, Maddow revealed, citing the company's CEO who acknowledged hiring Vance as a favorite of Thiel. This employment pattern extended to various venture capital roles despite Vance's limited success. Maddow pointed out a significant investment failure involving a Kentucky company that went bankrupt, casting further doubt on Vance's business expertise. According to Maddow, Thiel's financial and strategical support perished despite these setbacks, notably through a $15 million contribution to a super PAC that effectively managed Vance's Senate campaign. The super PAC then further effectively took over the operation of the campaign and ran most of it for Mr. Vance, Meadows noted. Thiel's influence extends to securing Trump's endorsement for Vance. There you go. An endorsement pivotal for winning the Republican primary in Ohio, she said. Maddow argued that Vance's political success is more attributed to Thiel's backing than personal merits. Writing a memoir and otherwise being Peter Thiel's intern is not unusual, the way you get to be vice president nominee, she quipped. I'll guarantee you that they were once lovers, and they still might be. Maddow also criticized Vance's hardline stance on abortion, referring to a 2022 podcast where Vance expressed a desire to outlaw abortion access for all America. I think this guy's a poo pusher. I think he's a lover, or was a lover of Thiel, and that's Thiel's way of promoting him. Trump really screwed the pooch selecting this weirdo as his running mate. I'll attach both links. Let me know what you think. You sure as hell know what I think. I think he's acey-deucey. Goes both ways. Any guy that wears eye makeup, it's got to be a little bit weird, don't you think?